You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Power After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Power After Show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Smooth. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, AfterBuzzers. Welcome to the first season, original series, Starz, Power. I'm your host, Thaddeus Massey. And joining me today is...
Erica J. Green.
Robin Ayers.
And Bamm Ericsen.
Yeah, we just started off smooth today with the actual song from the actual show. We actually do something a little more turned up, like Up in the Club or something like that, depending on the episode or whatever. But, you know, it makes me feel like I'm on vacation or something. I don't know why. I feel like I'm not here in a weird kind of way. This episode is called Who Are You? Who are you, Ghost? Are you Jamie? Are you Ghost? Are you James? Are you Mr. St. Patrick? Who are you? We can't figure out who this guy is. I don't think he knows who he is right now. Actually, he does know who he is, but nobody else knows who he is. They're trying to figure him out, a la his wife, Tasha, his buddy, Tommy, who are like the two most important people in his life. There's like, who are you? Who is this guy? That's pretty much what's going on right now. Even Angela, because Angela doesn't know who he is either. Right. She's learning as we see. Actually, part of my prediction came true. We'll talk about that as it comes up, that nice hot steamy scene with the clothes on. I don't think I've ever seen a sex scene so steamy with all the clothes on. Their clothes on. They had all their clothes on. It was pretty sexy. Anyway.
Well, I don't know. It looks like to me he's trying to figure out what he wants too. So I don't know if he even knows who he is. You know, he's over there like trying to be with his wife again, trying to make it work with Angela. I don't know. He's all over the place. I'm trying to figure him out right now.
I think he has a clear goal in mind. I think he has an idea of where he wants to end up. Like he told Tasha last episode. He said, I don't know about you, but I don't know. I've never seen you old gray drug dealers.
Right.
You know, so obviously he has an exit strategy he has in mind, but they're living in the now. And he's using the now to get to where he wants to be in the future. And they're just not on the same page. They being Tommy and Tasha. I don't know what's going to become of this scenario. Part of my prediction was him and Angela were going to hook up. They had sex. Yes, they did. Finally, the very end.
Yes.
It was episode 3 or 4. We did not find out, though, that, you know, that she did not find out that he's a drug dealer. But half of his, I guess, his secret life, you know, has been revealed. Yeah. So now she knows that he has a family, which is like, wow. But they start the episode with her drooling and lusting over this diamond chain that she got. You think that she's having sex with this thing. She puts it around her neck and she's like,
it was the principle of the diamond.
Oh my gosh. So much. I got stimulated watching her just try it on.
And her nipples were peeking through the shirt.
Right. They were. They did show that. It was like sheer. What do you think about that, Bamm? That whole thing with the whole diamond, and it's a life that she's not used to and then she probably will never have.
Yep.
I thought it was cool.
Not as turned on as that is.
Which part?
I wasn't turned on, but I thought it was a great correlation how she was trying on the necklace and then the song was playing in the background and the lyrics of the song was, I want to play around, tell me if that's what you came for. So as she's having this moment, you can hear the lyrics are going with how she is feeling with Ghost. So I thought that was cool.
I mean, I just, like I'm saying, I just was just like, wow, is that how women feel when they see an expensive piece of jewelry? Like,
but
initially,
it has meaning behind it, obviously, because of who it came from.
It does. And then it ties into what she was just saying the last episode, as far as like she's never had anybody do that for her. She's the only, she's gotten her own thing. She's gone after her own dreams and never had anybody
Want to take care of her.
Yeah, woo her.
feelings.
So that's a moment.
And I also think that a lot of times women, they know when they're going to have sex with someone. And
First 5 minutes, that's what they say.
Yeah, we know right off the bat.
And
if it's gonna go
so Angela knew.
we don't just give it up. That
I'm
fast,
just saying,
but
I ain't
know.
even got to say it. Just
Well,
This is great perspective.
Yeah,
We
right.
need this.
I think that as she was having that moment with the necklace and so forth, and her already wanting to have sex, it just kind of brought out the feelings in her, which later she was really willing to reveal that.
Well, she has been having sex,
But she
but
hasn't-
not until later on we find out she
But
hasn't been having the kind of sex that she really wants.
No, but she wanted to have.
Nobody's having that kind of
but
sex.
she wanted to have sex. You can tell she's wanted to have sex with Ghost Jamie, but it hasn't happened yet. And so with the whole diamond thing, she was. I don't know. For me, it felt like she was just having a moment where she was allowing herself to have that moment, kind of preparing for when she gives it up. Does that make sense?
Right.
maybe.
It was
panties
funny
got a little wet.
because she got a text from what's his name?
Greg.
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 Greg. Yeah.
We gotta say his name like that.
right,
Greg.
Greg.
Yeah.
So whack.
like what's his name? Christopher Walken. Greg. Greg
We're calling
texted
him Nick
you.
Lamo.
Right. So he shot her a text and she quickly ignored it.
Yeah.
So she can revel in the beauty of the diamond artistry which Jamie had sent her.
I like the way she handled that, though. Did you notice that she didn't even say anything to Ghost when she got the necklace? She
Yeah.
she
Gotta
just had
play it
her
cool.
moment with it. Yeah, she played it kind of cool. So that
Yeah.
was a nice little thing that she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking her.
That's giving you some more insight to what women do.
Really.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't give him too much.
She said,
Look at him. The
don't
clock
kill it too
started.
much.
yeah.
Okay, so Ghost, he has to try to keep everything together. He's obviously moving forward with making Truth, his nightclub, a mainstay in the New York City scene and taking it to the next level status-wise and making it one of the premier night spots, and not just a regular weekly spot, but like a premier venue that's used for like all the top high-end elite parties. You
Yeah.
know, they booked that Vogue party and went successfully. He meets with, her name is Cynthia, I
Yeah,
think,
Cynthia.
Yeah.
and they're discussing future
Endeavors.
endeavors.
parties.
Exactly. So how do you guys think that's going to go? I mean, right now he's being threatened with everything else that's going on. It seems like he can't win for losing almost, this guy. He's like, okay, we have this one venture, and as soon as he tries to go legit, it's like, I think he's going to get to the point, and this is just me, where he feels like, well, damn, why am I even going legit? These guys I'm dealing with criminal crooks on the legitimate side. It's probably not something that he's not aware of, but it's like when it hits you smack dab in the face, it's like, well, I might as well just be a drug dealer.
Yeah, but
Kind of, sort of. You know,
yeah.
just you can see the logic in how someone would process
Right.
it that way.
But
Right.
does he expect it to be easy? I mean, no one goes through like a smooth transition of going from like a life of crime to being straight and legit. So he has to know he's going to come up against some complications. People don't want him to do that because that's messing with their money.
Right.
So I mean, I'm interested to see how he's going to actually try to make that effort to become legit. Because some people talk about it all the time. They're like, "Oh, I'm going to become legit," but the money's so easy on this side.
Yeah.
And the money working with the club, you know, clubs are up and down. So if
Right.
it's his main stake now, the club is going to be his main stake.
Becoming legit is like a married man who says he's going to leave his wife.
oh, is
analogy.
it?
Oh, baby,
So
I'm
it
gonna
sounds
leave,
like-
baby. Baby, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave her. No, I'm gonna leave her. I'm gonna leave her. Now, come
Oh,
and
to the
that's just-
mistress.
right, to the mistress. And just come and do that thing you do this time, and you know.
But I think
that's
his
what
heart,
that's what it's like.
His heart is really going towards the
It
legit
is.
life, you know?
because he wants his family to survive. He wants to
Yeah.
survive, and you know, at the end of the day, like he said, there's no old, wrinkled, gray drug dealers.
Man,
So-
y'all are on his side.
But also, he said, he just told Tommy in the car, remember he said that the club is making more money. Didn't he say that?
His actions to me don't look like he's really trying that hard to go legit. I mean,
You don't think
he's trying
so?
to get back with his wife on one hand, and then he's still trying to sleep with Angela.
Well,
He's-
I think I don't know, maybe because you guys are women, but the perspective and where Ghost Jamie's coming from is he loves Angela. He has
History, yeah.
he has history with her, but then also at the same time, he can't just up and just leave Tasha because there's also history there. So he can't up and leave her because they have not only a marriage, but they have like a partnership and arrangement. So it's not as easy
like Bill and Hillary, like a street.
Right.
Michelle
I
and
know
Barack.
that for sure.
Right.
So he can't just leave because he's in love or he wants to get with Angela. And so is it wrong for what he's doing? Yeah, he's getting the best of both worlds, but he just can't leave Tasha.
I don't understand.
Okay.
I don't see how he's going to try to make it right by still trying to mess with both of them. That's not making it right to me. I mean, you're going to have to choose. He's a grown man.
Well, here's the thing. He really doesn't have the best of both worlds. I'd have to disagree with that because this dude has an inner turmoil going on with himself, this conflict, simply because Tasha is not showing the kind of qualities that that's going to take in order for them to translate their success into a regular business empire, a regular standard corporate legitimate business empire.
So what is she lacking?
What is she lacking? Tasha
Just
is
put it on the woman. This is what he's doing.
No, I'm
move.
not putting anything on her. I'm talking about just her and how she's not fitting into what the change is. She wants him to reach out to her, and she's saying he's changing. He's not the same. Blah blah blah. Right. He's reached out to her. Now, if she really paid attention to what he was saying, she's like, okay, okay, I get what you're saying.
And see that
to me, she is a slave to that easy money that they're used to getting, and it's not quote unquote easy, but they're established in that industry, and they make a ton of money.
Right.
Just like when we saw them at the club, and Cantos was like, "Let me see." She was like, "Let me see the numbers for this night," and she looked at the numbers,
she did.
and he was like, "We did great," and she's like, "I guess
I've seen you do better."
I guess that's nothing."
Take for instance, someone who's grown up rich, and then all of a sudden their life changes and it's hard for them to adapt. It's not as easy for Tasha to just adapt. She is a particular way. She's from the streets. She has she has this partnership with Ghost, and they're used to doing things certain ways.
Right.
And the older that you get, it's very difficult to just make changes. Not everyone can just make a change. Not everyone can just adapt. And so, yeah, Ghost has told Tasha, this is what we're doing, but if she's not getting it, then I feel like it's his job to explain to her, rather than when she's asking questions. He's always too busy. He always has to leave. There was twice where she was questioning him about, well, why is Sean? Then she called him Jamal. That was a writer's mistake. But she questioned why is Sean following him. He didn't really answer. And then there was something else that she was questioning. So he, as not only the man, but just as this is your business and you're trying to get people to come on board, you need to take a minute. You need to pause and you need to explain it to her until she gets it, because she is a smart woman. Just as she helped him with the whole little other scenario when they were at the dinner table, he needs to put it into her mind, because this is a difficult transition to basically go from street hood money to now all of a sudden being legit.
Yeah, he's just not communicating effectively. He needs to open up that channel with her. From what I'm seeing, like he's trying to go this way, but not wholeheartedly, because he has the little side piece and stuff. So does she even fit into his equation when he's trying to get legit?
But that's exactly why.
That's what I'm
There's
thinking.
two different dynamics here. He doesn't want to give her everything, because now since Angie's been reintroduced to his life, there's still a part of him that's trying to go the other route. And I believe that he wants Tasha to stay exactly sort of where she is, be the rider chick that you are, because that's what she's been. That's what I really dig about her. But I don't think that he wants to communicate with her.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And I don't agree.
Okay.
I think that he wants his life to be less complicated, and he wants to be taken care of. Any man knows the more women you got, the more problems come with that pleasure. So it's not all roses and it's not all cool. Like, yeah, I got 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, blah blah blah. That's BS.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he's even trying to do.
No,
though.
It's not. But he's looking at, okay, where Angela is already there, Angela is already on the side where I want to go, as opposed to going through the growing pains with his wife that he would have to encounter just to get her to get, come all the way to like, look, we're not going to make as much money. We're not going to make 25 grand an hour like we were making before, but we're still going to have a nice living and still have a good life, and we'll be completely legitimate. We don't have to be looking over our shoulders or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I just think it's partially laziness. Sometimes people just want to take the easy route. That's taking the easy route.
Right.
But he obviously has unfinished business with Angela based on how they left their relationship, and she blew a hole through his heart based on how Tommy, explained how they were together, and she was like, he was like, don't get around her again. Last time she left, you were down for days. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, but he was right. He was like, you can see how he welled up when he gave her, he said, he told Angela, like, look, you left 10 days before your 18th birthday, and I get a chance to give you anything. So let's just say this is a belated birthday gift for that time.
Right.
And there, you could see the emotion in his face as, he went back to that time and she was crying, and it was, serious. But they just had no closure. And they were obviously, this man learned to speak another language. Let me tell y'all something. If any man that's dating a woman and get him to speak another language fluently, she's doing something right.
And vice versa.
She definitely did that.
Right.
Yes,
right.
she did.
So I'm just saying, like, she obviously had a great impact on him and his heart and his mind and everything in his life at that time, and that's never left him.
But
go
ahead,
just to speak on Angela really quick. Well, Angela, when they were having the conversation about how he revealed how he was married, had kids, then she confessed that, she also had someone else as well.
Right. She did. But her situation is not nearly as deep as his. He's married with 3 children.
That was just her.
She has a wayward boyfriend that she don't even want to be around.
Right.
So that's not even close.
A wayward
warm
boyfriend.
body.
But is it
right,
me,
he's
or
like a
are
warm
you?
body.
I'm rooting for this story. I'm rooting for the storyline here because it's
Which one?
Which one?
the two of them. I know it's wrong. See, the thing is, I know they're wrong. I know I'm proclaiming it is wrong. However, it sort of reminds me of like, it kind of reminds me of that whole Scandal effect, where it's so wrong but it's so right. You're rooting for them because it's like sort of a long lost love.
I'm not rooting for him at all.
Me either. I'm not a fan of his. I don't want him to be happy. I think he needs to get his stuff together and then maybe come back.
And I'm not rooting for Carrie and Fitz either. for
Just,
not Carrie.
Just
What's
so
her
y'all
name?
know.
Olivia and Fitz. I ain't rooting for them either. That's so scandalous. That's why the show is called Scandal.
It is scandalous. That's
and I'm not rooting for Angela and Ghost.
Well,
I'm not rooting for that.
I'm a root for iTunes. Since we're talking about all these shows and what we all do here at AfterBuzz TV,
right.
You guys make sure that you guys go to iTunes. We have tons of shows that you guys can download, and when you download them, you can watch them, you can subscribe, you can leave comments, and you can share and tell a friend. So please go to iTunes and check out all of our great shows that we have here on AfterBuzz TV.
And you guys can also give us a call if you guys want to call in and, give us any of your insight and ask us any questions or suggestions or correct us on anything, because we watch the show just like you guys and we're fans of the show. And, we don't get everything right, just like, like we're normal people. It may not seem like it, but we are. You guys can give us a call at 424-256-1633. 424-256-1633. We're in the studio right now, and we would also like you guys to go out and get a copy of this amazing book by Maria Menounos, our executive producer here at AfterBuzz. It's called The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness. There's amazing fitness tips and health tips and workout exercises and regimens that you can go through to lose a lot of weight and get in shape. Maria's story is in here, how she lost 40 pounds. And it's there's pictures in here of herself that you wouldn't even be able to imagine. You would think it's Photoshop, but it's really not, because Maria is like known for being fit. But back in the day, before she was well known, she had a little issue with weight, and she got her stuff together, and now she's fly high. So you guys can go see how she did this. And there's tips for guys in there too. You don't have to be embarrassed to order a pink book, go to a store and buy a pink book. You can order it online at Amazon, fellas. Okay, so get it off of Amazon or get it at your local bookstore. But I think that if Angela is gonna pursue this thing with Ghost, she just needs to. Well, you know what? It has nothing to do with Ghost. She needs to just let Greg go.
For sure.
Let Greg go.
Hands down.
I'm just sick of how she's like, and I'm tired of how they're writing. He's just so pathetic, this poor guy. They're just making him like he's so thirsty to be in this relationship. And, you know, when you like somebody, you like somebody. I get it. But
let me just say this. I'm going to disagree with you on the fact of Angela having to let Greg go. He is a convenience when she needs him or when she needs him or needs it. He is a person that she can go to. So why should she have to let that go if he's dumb enough to allow someone to be treated like that? So I say if Greg is going to be a chicken head and allow himself to listen and do what Angela allows him, then why not?
There are consequences to that.
There are consequences to
and
it.
if she's willing to live with those consequences, as we saw this episode, there are. She went to go meet with Nomar, who's the informant, right? About when this big meeting is going to go down. Greg confronts her later. It's like, yo, if you're going to go meet with the informant by yourself, you know, at least let me know, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. She's like, what, are you following me now? So obviously, how do we know that he's not going to have her followed when he can't get a hold of her or something, and she's over there hooking up with Jamie, getting some of that ghost love?
But he's not, he's a soft dude. He's not the type of dude that's going to, you know, kill her. Or kill the dude. That's not.
How do you know?
Well,
love makes people do crazy things.
He might have a side.
He might have another side. And then next, you know, that's part of my prediction. He's gonna find out that she's dating this dude, and it's like, oh, you seeing this humble.
Well, if she doesn't find out first that he's, you know.
But remember when he went into the jury, and that's another thing. He imposes himself just. And
she allows that. That's what I'm saying. Like she's setting this situation up for her to fail with him. Well, like she's drawn him into a situation where she's allowing him to be a part of her life, but then she's like keeping him at arm's distance. She's giving him mixed signals and mixed messages the whole way. Is it like she's really playing hard to get, or she's just really serious about her job? Because she is sleeping with him. Right. And they do work together. So it's not like he's asking her for a date all the time. He goes over there and he gets the cookie. He's getting it. So it's not like he's like, you know, can I take you to lunch? Can I take you to dinner? It's like, no, nigga, no. Leave me alone. Damn. She's not doing that. You know,
getting the free cookies. That's what
you're right. He's going over there. She's like, she plays the role. She gives him kisses. She's affectionate while he goes down on her and she interrogates him about informational questions, like going on with the case. Yeah. Like they just have the relationship, like they're together, but she wants to take her time. So she's sending mixed messages, and she
left.
Needs to.
He walked out when he couldn't get.
Did he really?
He'll be back.
Right.
He's gonna be back.
That's all for show.
She should have lied and just said, you know, maybe there was a fake penis or something in the drawer or something, and maybe I can't.
No, what she should have. Go ahead, Robin.
Yeah, I really do think that Thaddeus made a great point earlier. He said that she doesn't have enough street in her. Why don't you just say, oh, I already had that. You don't know everything about me. She could have, you know, played it off a little bit, right?
Exactly.
Not smooth.
But she wasn't smooth.
Their relationship, whatever, but I really like the relationship between Holly and Tommy. That's some realness. They keeping it real from the go. Let me know what's up. So I'm more invested in Holly and Tommy's relationship right now with the steamy sex and everything.
It's
but
very
it's not really that, but they're just keeping it real with each other, and that's something I can appreciate.
Okay, well let me tell you why I'm not as invested in that, because
it's fun.
The dynamic, how she came off like, you'll never have an Ice Cube's chance in hell with me,
that's
right?
What women do. We're not gonna just be like, oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Like,
so what? Let me see how much money I got in my pocket.
That was not
Let
what
me drop $2 grand.
It's about her money. Okay.
That's what happened.
What's wrong with that?
He slapped down some money.
That's not what it was.
And the thing is, this is the thing I like. The message that was given during this episode when it comes to women was when Angela went to go give the jewelry back, she said, this is not right. It's like, you can't buy my love kind of thing. And then you got the woman that you can buy her love for a couple grand.
That wasn't
like, real easy. So you got women on both sides. You know, both women
no. She didn't. Her love was not bought with that diamond. Her love was already there. So I'm not going to agree with that. As far as you could buy her love with the diamond necklace.
He was saying that she was on the other side. Yeah. He was saying that Holly, the waitress.
Well, that part is true
right.
for sure.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, she was bought.
But Holly,
easy.
I think again, Holly.
She came down with the flu real quick.
I think Holly.
You would have too.
Yeah, I think Holly had the intentions of wanting to sleep with him from the get-go, but she was playing hard to get because she had to figure him out first. She had to figure him out first because, you know, when he first came to the club, she didn't know he was the boss, and then he's already being quite aggressive with her.
He did say she was the boss. He said he was the owner, and she was like, "Oh, good for you." Like,
she blew him off. I don't think that she had that intention to sleep with him.
I don't
when
think
she first
so
met
either.
him.
I think so.
I don't. And that's why we want you guys to call in and let us know what you guys think. Would you think Holly was really going to sleep with him?
I think she's playing it good, and she got $2,000 off of it.
But then when not only did she get the $2,000, then they're setting fights up in the bar, and then they're having sex, they're doing cocaine. Like
Go ahead.
I've kind of questioned Tommy's. There's something about him that I don't trust, and I don't know if it's the dark tan that he has or just his character. But there's something about
what dark tan are you talking about?
He has he looks kind of like tan, like his face. Like there's something that he has on. I don't trust his face.
Okay.
I don't trust his face. I don't trust his face.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't trust him. There's something sneaky about him, and the fact that now this chick who was proclaiming to be something else, and now she's talking about, okay, where the coke at? Now there's something. I think he's going to be the downfall for screwing something up with Ghost.
Most definitely.
Well, here's the thing. It's not just him. You got to remember, it's Tasha. Remember, they sat down there and she's like, "Look, Ghost is changing, and it's not good for either one of us." And he tried to blow it off. Now, if you notice the dynamic there, as rough and tumble as Tommy is, and he's like really brass tacks and rough around the edges, he's like, "No, we need to go kill this guy. We need to kill that guy. We need to go take care of this person." Like, he knows that Tasha is obviously a formidable adversary if you let her become one. Mm-hmm. She's obviously really street and really very but on a level like, yo, because even she was like, "What's going on, Tommy?" She's feeding him.
She wants to know,
and
right?
He's like, "Oh no, like you got any more of this pastrami?" Just playing it off. Like he doesn't want to touch that because he knows that Tasha's the kind of person that would screw up everything for everybody if she decides that she wants to step in and start snooping and nosing and
because Tasha's got some street in her. She's got some certified street.
She's got a lot of street. She's got a couple blocks.
And look at her intention now that she's trying to go and get with Sean, trying to get some information out of him.
Scandalous.
It is.
She's scandalous
Tick
for that.
tack. I don't know.
I don't know what she, everything. She keeps confronting him like, you're not going to know every single thing. Your man's not going to come home and report every single thing that's going on. If there's something major going on, he's already displayed, and expressed that he will share with her certain things when he's stuck. And the fact that, like, when they went to dinner and they were talking about how to dispose of whatever, and they were using the little codes and all that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, "Oh, okay." Because he was like, he was stuck. He was looking for advice, and he trusts her. Mm-hmm. He trusts her opinion and her judgment to a certain degree. But when it comes to everyday, he doesn't need her for every little single thing, but he has her there, and if he needs to go to her for something, he knows that he can go to her and blah, blah, blah. She doesn't need to know. What she needs to do is just go spend the money and take care of the kids.
But see, I disagree
with
you.
Yeah.
I disagree with you on that because, as Debbie Morgan, the mom, said, she made this really great comment about how you don't have a retirement package or anything because of the money that you have. I forgot what the line was, but I think in a very street, ratchet way, she's trying to look out for herself and be nosy because she knows he's changing. And so I think she's afraid of losing this whole lavish lifestyle. So she's trying to stay in the know so that if something is not going to go her way, she's going to try to fix it so to ensure that she has the big lights, the big cities, so that she can continue with her lifestyle with or without them. That's what I think.
Yeah, but at the same time, if she has nothing to, really be worried about as far as money is concerned, what difference does it make if he wants to go legitimate or whatever, as long as they have money? Do you think his goal is to be broke and not have any money or have you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, he doesn't want to not have money. He's going to have money. That he didn't do all this hustling for years for them to end up in the poorhouse. So she just needs to trust his judgment and say, like, look, we need to transition over into this area now. Obviously, he's going to keep his family.
Yeah, but see, the way that the show has been set up, it would make you think that everything has already been pretty streamlined with them. Like, she's been in the know. Everything was pretty, pretty much the same. But now all of a sudden things are changing. So I think for her, she's just like, I'm down and I'm down to help you, as we've seen in the past episodes, but she just wants to know, like, where can I get in? Just let me know, because things are changing.
And also, how does she know that she's not going to be cut out? Like I mentioned earlier, and she feels like he's already cheating on her. You know, women get left all the time. We have to have our security on the side. I mean, let's be honest. A single woman with the child, it ain't hard to get back on that.
Right.
I don't think that she thinks that he's going to leave her in the cold with nothing. I don't think she thinks that.
But she doesn't want to lose her family as a whole. Women get scared about that kind of stuff.
No, I don't think it's about her losing her family. Like, at the end of the day, she knows what kind of man he is. He's not the kind of dude that's gonna like keep her from her kids or not make sure they have money. I think she has been an asset, and she has been a part of the business, and she doesn't know certain things because he hasn't been telling her, and she wants to know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's that simple. But at the same time, he doesn't need to tell her everything. He just doesn't need to tell her everything.
But
I just don't feel like he needs to tell her everything. Obviously, he's tested the waters. He's tested the waters with Tommy. He's tested the waters with her. They're not ready. They're not ready to make the transition. He has to be the one to lead them there, and that means they can't know and understand, and they're not gonna understand. He's explained things to her. It's like, dude, well, you want to clean money. How do you think we're gonna go legit if we don't keep clean the money? And you keep tripping about the club. Well, we need the club to clean the money. Duh.
I also think that if she didn't have that, I guess, woman's intuition that he was doing something else, she wouldn't be sweating him at all. But I think the fact that because she feels he's changing in a way, I guess, that a woman feels like maybe she's being cheated on, I think that is driving her to be so nosy. I think if everything was cool and he was giving it to her and just pleasing her how all of the things that she wants, I don't think that she would be this inquisitive, and I think she would trust him and they would have, whatever conversations they have. But I think it's pretty much.
I just don't think that she believes it's about him cheating. I don't think that that's really crossing her mind right now. She saw that one little incident that happened at the club with him talking to Angie. She saw that. But for her, the change is not him cheating on her. I don't think she's concerned about that. I agree with you,
yeah. You're right. Well,
okay. Well, we didn't really quite finish with Tommy and what's her name, Holly. Just we were talking about her always planning on sleeping with him or whatever, and just I don't think so. I think as they hung out, just how he had an opportunity, and every time something he did, it intrigued her. Obviously, we see what kind of girl she is now.
She's a freak.
Right. And she lives, she's wild. She's a wild girl, and she likes certain kinds of guys. There's a certain kind of guy that Tommy is, you can't see that by a guy that's coming up to you and is like, yo, let's go to dinner.
Exactly.
What's up? Hang out with me. Let's go have a drink. Let's go to a bar. Let's go hang out. You're not going to see that immediately. You have to give that guy a chance and potentially waste a few hours of your time to find out this guy is more than likely not like the guy that you really are like. So for him to,
but that's exactly why I thought she'd never wanted to. Her intention wasn't to have sex with him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm agreeing.
And I agree with you.
So I'm saying, like, no, she didn't. She blew him off. Like, okay, he's another owner. She doesn't know that Tommy is the kind of guy that he is. He's the owner of this place. She doesn't know what this dude really does.
But even more so than that, I think that she's looking at him like, wow, you have a little bit of street in you, a little bit of because look at what he told her at the bar when they went out. He simply said, when I was in second grade or whatever it was, I found the biggest kid and knocked him out. And she was just like, okay. And then he showed, a little bit of that afterwards when the guy came and started hitting on her. Was that set up? Did they set that up?
I think she kind of set that up for him to come out and see that and then start. But
she's something else.
I am interested to see how their relationship unfolds. I am, because she might become like Tommy's ride or die. Like,
I think she's going to come between Ghost and Tommy.
It's going to be a problem because you could see at the end where she saw Angela and him getting it on. Yeah. Angela and Ghost getting it on in the office. So who knows how that's going to play in effect.
It's going to be a problem.
Because you already know that Tommy is not an advocate of him hooking back up with Angela, and I'm sure he's going to have some words to say about that. But we have to definitely discuss the business of what's really going on. This business meeting, this big sit-down that they were supposed to have, is supposed to help them weed out who is doing these hits. It did seem counterproductive that, when Ghost wanted to sit down and see these guys eye to eye so he can weed out and figure out who's the one doing the hits, and now he can't because he has to go back to the club. It's like, what do you mean? Like, you have to go back to the club? Well, Cantos calls him, The cops are there putting the squeeze on him. I'm still trying to figure out what Cantos' history is, because he has some shady history in the club scene, which has been, alluded to the last couple episodes, and even the cops said something to him like, "Who put money behind you?
Exactly.
Like, how did you pull this off?" Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
He's just really good at running and owning and operating a club. He obviously has some dealings has been shady within that industry. So,
and I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll
about
find
that,
out.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like is how they're like making like this club, and they're trying to synonymize it with being a drug haven. Every nightclub in America is a drug haven. Okay, people do drugs, they drink, and they go out. Just the fact that it's a club is associated with those kinds of things. Yeah. So the fact that they're trying to make it like this one particular club because this incident happened there, I think it's ridiculous.
I don't think it was about that incident. I think the cops kind of know what's going on.
No, I'm talking about with Cynthia, with the woman who was he wants to book the parties with. It was an issue.
Oh, with her.
With her.
Okay, yeah.
With booking these parties and whatever.
She's just trying to get a good deal. She's gonna say whatever she can to get a good deal. Oh well,
that
I heard this.
She is trying to negotiate. She is trying to get.
She's a smart woman,
right?
Yeah,
she's trying to get the best deal she can.
But going back to the point that you were making, think about the tie right there, because that shows you where Ghost is going with this. If he got out the car, he said, "Take me to the club." He's showing you the
what's more important,
the yin and the yang. You know what I'm saying? For him, I believe that it is more important for him to try to go and make this lifestyle right, which includes the club and all of that, and the family and all of that.
Which he ends up paying off the cops. So like, what? Are you kidding me? Now he has to pay these guys off? Like, oh my goodness.
But Tommy is just.
But Tommy's his partner, so he has to be able to trust Tommy to go handle stuff like this.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be like a two-headed dragon. That's the thing. But they're together. That yin and yang that you're talking about. Like, Ghost is like the level-headed one who thinks clearly, and then if he has to release the dragon, that's Tommy. And Tommy has to stay like that. He has, because he's the one actually in the street all the time, while Ghost is handling the corporate end. So it's like they're two heads of the same person. So he can't be the calm, cool one,
Right.
And Ghost, I don't think Ghost expects him to be like that, because that would nullify his purpose of their partnership. Yeah. But he has to be able to trust him to make wise decisions too. For Tommy to go into that meeting and start up the wholesales
against what Ghost said. It was
like, dude, like, what are you doing? This is a problem. And you saw him and Ghost butt heads later, but they made a decision to take out Ruiz. Now, Annibal was taken out by the girl, like slit his throat less than a second.
That was a second, yeah.
And the girl, this girl in this pink, I don't know, the girl in the pink sneakers. She's been doing all these hits and going around and just causing mayhem, and nobody knows who she works for yet. So that's like the mystery right now. We're trying to figure out who this girl works for, and if she was hired by Lobos or not, or she's hired by one of the other factions that they do business with. But at the end of the day, this problem has to be taken care of. And meanwhile, the NYC, the New York City, prosecutorial team is they're nipping at his heels to find out who this New York distributor is for Lobos.
Yeah.
And you think that they were going to have him when they had this sting, this operation, which is like, come on, that's the oldest trick in the book. The dudes who are the informants, they don't get the real, because they know the stuff leaks. Right. Just like how it got to Nomar. Yeah. He found out something, and the next thing you know, you switch it up at the last minute, have the meeting somewhere else, and you continue your business and eat some of your wonton, chop suey, whatever.
For a minute, I thought it was going to go differently, though. I was like, they're going to bust them.
It was the way they set it up, though.
Well, because that's why Ghost wasn't at the meetings. She was going to finally.
Oh, gotcha.
I thought, that's why.
That's true.
Yeah,
I thought that, too.
And then I was like, oh, okay. Typical.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
But if you notice, when they were making a decision, or they were on the hunt for the drug dealer preppy guy, how Angela walks past Tommy in the club, she's focused to go take this necklace back.
But she hears Tommy say something about basically we're gonna take him out or something.
Well, she walks by him and she hasn't seen him in 18 years. Remember, she hasn't seen this guy since high school.
Yeah.
So it was like, was that Tommy? But she has all these emotions going on with her, because what's really funny, and this is really sad. And don't think that guys don't notice this stuff. This girl took a shower, got out the shower.
What?
we see her sitting on the bed, bawling, crying in tears.
Yeah.
Because she's about to break up with that diamond necklace. She had really made a decision to break up and let that necklace go.
There were so many emotions. There was so many
she's
more
gonna shed more
emotions.
tears over that diamond necklace than she is over
like
Greg.
gold diggers.
She was gonna shed more tears over that necklace than she is with Greg. When she dumps Greg, she'll be like, bye.
Go.
Bye, Greg.
Give me my key.
Right. Leave the key on the coffee table.
I really do think that she's battling with the fact that look at her job is very stressful. She's with Greg, who she works with. It's not really happening. She doesn't really want to be with him.
Yeah.
The guy she really wants to be with, she can't be with because he has his family. I think it's so that moment was about so much more than just that necklace.
I agree.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, yeah, we shall see how that goes down.
Yeah.
Tommy, obviously, with the thing with Tommy and Ghost, there's a rift there. We saw him where he compared Ghost to Kanan. Ghost didn't like that. It's like, you can already see where that's the beginning of the splinter in their relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plus, Tasha's getting more brazen with her encounters with Sean.
Yes,
She's like,
definitely.
what are you doing?
What is that about?
Sean, can you go to the store and get some groceries? And like,
she's
knowing he's gonna come back, bring the groceries, and she's gonna be taking a shower.
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
Ratchet.
But she's trying to get him wrapped around her fingers so she can get some more information.
But is Sean really falling for this? I'm kind
He-
of like, is he that
obviously-
stupid to like go?
Okay, obviously, let's think back
Sean
when
is
he
young
was
and dumb.
Yeah, when he's driving and he's like looking at her, he's
And
he's
even,
going there.
even if you watch the reaction of him watching Tasha in the tub, like he's watching, but he's also watching with the glare, like, oh, look at the ass. Oh, but no, I gotta let it go. Oh, look at the ass. So if you watch him, he's
struggling with.
Yeah,
those
he's struggling a little
interviews.
bit.
Like,
That's Ghost.
Slap it. No.
That's Ghost's perfect exit strategy as far as I'm concerned. Let's go into predictions real quick.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Yeah, just to continue that statement. That's Ghost's perfect exit strategy because he can hook her up. She could be with Sean, and they could be one happy, and he can be with Angela. Like, okay, she's not mad at me. Everybody's cool. We'll have our play dates and our visitation, and everything will be straight.
No. That sounds good, but no.
That's wishful thinking. Okay, so for episode 5 of Starz original series, Power, what are your predictions for next week? Robin, Ayers, go.
I predict that Angie and Ghost, obviously now they cannot leave things alone. They cannot just leave it at what that moment that they have. So it's got to continue. She's going to keep the necklace. She's probably going to make love with the necklace again. Yes, that is. Be prepared for that. But I also think that that Holly is going to be some sort of devious, she's gonna come in between Ghost and Tommy somehow. I'm not quite sure what that's gonna look like yet, but she's definitely gonna be a major factor there.
Okay, Bamm Ericsen, go.
I watched it online, so I didn't get to see the preview. I don't really know.
For next week?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't
didn't watch it either.
Oh, okay. Well then, then I'll say Holly is definitely gonna be involved into this. She's gonna cause some kind of triangle with Ghost and with Angela and Tommy to see the dynamics. Tasha and Sean is interesting. I mean, I don't know. Same stuff I've
There'll
been
be more
predicting.
development. Okay,
Yeah.
there'll be more
You know.
development stories. Okay.
Tasha's gonna get Sean killed. That's what I'm predicting, or seriously hurt, and he's going to be idiot enough for the vagina to get himself hurt or killed. So we'll see that unfold. Another guy falls victim to the vagina.
Okie dokie. The victim of the vagina.
Never heard it called that before.
I've never heard that one, but hey, you heard it here.
Okay.
The BB. My prediction is similar to your guys. I don't think that Holly's gonna come directly between Ghost and Tommy, but she's gonna notice certain things and plant seeds in Tommy's head that's gonna cause the rift. Like he says, she saw Angela and Ghost hooking up. She's gonna mention that he was hooking up with some Latin chick, blah 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 blah, and Tommy's gonna find out, do his own investigation, which is gonna be on his own. So of course he's finding all this stuff out on his own, and everything that Holly tells him is gonna be like a seed planted that leads to other things. But all this stuff is gonna be coming from Holly because Holly works at the club, so she's gonna see things, and he's trying to hide the relationship from Ghost anyway because he's not supposed to be touching the merchandise. So Tommy doesn't want Ghost to know that he's.
It's a good twist.
You know, he doesn't want Ghost to know about him and Holly because he's gonna be like, "Why are you screwing the waitresses? You're not supposed to be screwing the waitresses."
Yeah.
But Holly's gonna be spying. Okay, where can we find you guys until next time?
Go ahead.
At Robin Ayers, ROBINAYERS.
At Bamm Ericsen.
At Erica J. Green on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff.
And you can find me at Club Thaddeus on Instagram and Twitter and GQJedi.com. You can find me here also on Thursdays and Sundays for Orange is the New Black original series on Netflix starring Taylor Schilling. Until next time, After Buzzers.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.